Hey guys, Jason Cardamone here. We're at the end of day 5, just one day left to go. As you can see at this point, my voice is in very horrible shape at this point. So I'm going to keep this video really short because it's probably pretty annoying to hear me talk like this. And I'm also just damaging my voice that much more. So it's interesting that as these days are going on, I find that I have less and less things to teach you guys, which doesn't really make sense because we're learning a lot of new things. But I looked at both of the main things that we covered today, and it wouldn't really make sense to you without having all of the background of all of the previous 4 days, not just little pieces here and there. And so I have other lessons to teach, some things from kind of a bigger picture. So the first thing is that it's actually 2:10 in the morning right now. We got out about 1:45 tonight. I don't remember when we started, to be honest. I think it was 9:30 or something. I don't even know, for whoever's keeping track. It was definitely just an incredible day. I mean, it was many experiences beyond words that I could, try to explain on a little video here. What I wanted to share, and let me grab what, hang on. So what I wanted to share, guys, is that this morning, so we're in these groups, and in our group there's like 60 some people, and so there's like 21 or something groups all around for the whole event. And so I shared something with my group this morning, and it's a realization I had when I woke up that there are so many things that were meant to be that have happened to me this last 4 days. At this point, 4 days, or at that point, 4 days had passed. And there were some incredible things that there's no other explanation besides proof of a higher power, what I call God, whatever you call your higher power, or the universe, or God, or whatever you call that. There's been, specifically what happened was I came here with certain things that I wanted to try to improve in my life, very specific things. And throughout this weekend, there's definitely been some things I've learned from Tony and things we've learned that, directly helped answer, some of the things I'm looking, or help some of the solutions to what I'm looking to do. And what's really incredible is that huge chunks of those solutions actually came from people that I sat by that just happen to be in my group. I'm actually in group 19. It's just totally random. The numbers don't really mean anything. But to realize that, of this group of like 60 people, you only sit by 2 people each day. One is your partner, so you have one partner you're teamed up with the entire event. The other person would be some other random partner from the group of all the other 30 or whatever partners. There are 30 other little sets of 2 there are within our group of Team 19. And so it's literally divine intervention, a miracle, whatever you want to call it, that every single day the person I sat next to, including my partner, there's just been incredible things that have happened where the only person that could help me work through something of whatever I was trying to work through in these several different exercises that we're doing, that the answer came from the person literally sitting right next to me. And it was just this incredible experience. And I realized it in the shower this morning. I was like, oh my gosh. And what was just, it almost freaked me out, was realizing Tony creates this environment at Date with Destiny where stuff like this happens all over the whole freaking event. Not for me, not just for a couple other people, for tons of people throughout this event. There's crazy coincidences, synchronicity, law of attraction, all of these things are just appearing. And I know it's because of the environment that's been created here and the kind of state that with 1,500 people getting in the kind of states we're getting into and the kind of levels of belief and just all of these, I kind of talked about in the previous video that, greater than 10% of the brain we already use, some of those other things like getting into state and things like that, it creates an environment that you can't get anywhere else in the world. You're not going to get this at home. You're not going to get this at your work. Even if you were trained in this stuff, you're not going to get the same environment even by yourself if you were secluded at your home or if you went away, to in the forest or woods or to the beach or, got away to where you're, by yourself somewhere. You still can't create the environment because there's 1,500 other people that are helping drive the energy. And this is some of the stuff it's really hard to explain if you haven't been in this type of environment. And so the thing that freaked me out was, I believe my awareness has been higher, and that's why some of these what look like to be miracles and magic, and that's exactly what they are. They're able to come out in this place. But what about all the other times throughout my life where the person with the answer is literally sitting right next to me, but I wasn't aware of it? I believe my awareness and everybody's awareness in this event is at a higher level right now during this event. And so it kind of freaked me out. And I look back at my life, and there's absolutely been moments in my life where I look at, wow, that was divine intervention. That was a miracle. And I'm talking about before this event, and I'm sure you have your events too. If you look back throughout your life, have you ever had something that was just these different circumstances or people or events had to all happen in order to get something that just literally set your life in this new direction? And I know everybody's been through this, and if if you're saying no, if you think hard enough, you'll find one in your life. Even if what at the time seemed like a hugely negative event, that's what caused you to make some breakthroughs, to grow to be the person you needed to become, to get to do certain things throughout your life. And so it was interesting to think about what if we, like I told my group this morning, what if I were to just walk around and just pull my head right out of my ass more of the time and realize some of these miracles happening around us every single day? And I would encourage you, do the same thing. Be more aware. Look at, if something you normally look at as a problem, like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this happened to me or whatever, use that as an opportunity. All problems are chances for you to grow. I look back on everything in my life that at the time seemed like the worst thing, the worst, lowest part of my life. And there's always more, things that felt worse beyond that. But every single one of those, looking back with, now I have this perspective looking back on these events in my life, every single one of them helped me to become a better person, to become the kind of person I am today, the kind of person I'm becoming. And I wouldn't be here at Date with Destiny if I wouldn't have gone through some of the horrible experiences throughout my life that helped me to become the person that would spend the time and money and energy to do an event like this, And this event is a huge catalyst in my life that's going to open some just flipping incredible events to happen in these coming days, weeks, months, years. This is by far one of the biggest, probably by the end of this event, I will probably say the biggest changing point of my entire life has been these last 5 days at Date with Destiny. That would be Date with Destiny if you didn't hear my voice kind of cut out there. And so I would just encourage you, maybe appreciate a little more. Maybe look at maybe your children or your spouse or a coworker or a boss or that person sitting on the bus if you take a bus to work, or that person in traffic that cut you off. Look at someone who is they're causing you pain or hurt or anger or frustration or boredom or anything that seems to be negative, look, maybe that person is an angel sent in your life. Maybe that person appears to be a problem right now, but it's really just a chance for you to grow. Maybe it's just a test. For those of you who have known me long, I talk about tests all the time. I believe God tests us. I was going to say daily. It's much more frequently than that, many times a day. And you will be tested again and again. Most people go throughout their lives and they still have the same freaking tests when they're 40, 50, 70, 80, 90 years old. The same tests they were having when they're 20 and 30 years old, because they never grew. They never learned the lesson. They never had the realization. They never grew from it and maybe looked at it through a different point of view. Maybe I can learn something from this event. Maybe I can learn something from this person I'm so pissed off I want to kill him. Maybe I can learn something from my child who is just rebelling against me and I feel that they hate me right now. Maybe there's something to learn from that. And so that's what I want to leave you with. It really hit me big time. The chances of people sitting next to me and having to directly to be able to give me the breakthrough, or some of the commonalities we've had. My partner I'm teamed up with, in so many ways, she is ahead of me in life and been exactly where I'm at in many stages of life. And in many ways, I am ahead of her in some ways. And literally, she is exactly where I was at last month, several years ago, a decade ago. It was we were so meant to be that we were partners throughout, going through all this stuff throughout the whole weekend. It's incredible. And then also to have the other people we're sitting by, these random people, be the perfect person to sit by as well. It's just amazing. And so maybe, hopefully this will inspire you to possibly pull your head out of your rear end, or wherever your head might be. Maybe it's time to appreciate or acknowledge maybe some other things that are happening around us, whether it's a problem or just someone sitting next to you on a random bus. So I hope that helps, guys. I don't know if the energy's really here with my voice like this. I feel incredible inside, and I am a little frustrated. I can't fully express myself because I am such a verbal person, and my tool here, my voice, has been altered, slightly taken away. And so I hope you're able to get all the energy, because I feel like a freaking rock star. I feel better than I've ever felt in my life right now. And tomorrow's integration day. I feel so free. I'm actually gonna hold it before this video gets too long, but tomorrow I think you guys will see. It'll be interesting if you look back from the beginning of these videos to the even now or tomorrow's one, what changes you see in me. So hope this is able to help, guys. To your ultimate success, God bless.